Okay, I decided to go ahead and tear into this dehumidifier and see what's going on with it. It's eating at me. Can't live with it. I just made the video yesterday asking you guys out there in YouTube land if anyone's had this problem before, and just posted it up yesterday because I hadn't been able to find much about it when I researched it a couple weeks ago. And I didn't have time to put the video up a couple weeks ago. That would have probably given me a little bit more time to get some responses from people, but I just decided to go ahead and dig into this thing today and take it apart after actually getting online and reading some reviews on Amazon and Walmart, and not Walmart, but Lowe's and Home Depot of these dehumidifiers to see if anyone had had any similar problems. I couldn't find anything on any other websites, or just by doing a quick Google search. So I started reading these reviews and found out that a lot of other people are having problems with the pumps in these units going out within the first couple months or so, or the switch for the pump will go out. And they say that they have a lot of trouble with Hisense customer service. Sometimes they don't want to give a refund, they want to send a replacement, which I don't know why you would want this same unit if it failed on you very quickly anyway. But anyway, they said they had a tough time dealing with them and a lot of trouble. So I decided to just go ahead and tear into this thing rather than dealing with customer service right now, and see what's going on. And one of the other guys said that his unit had a bunch of dirt in the little float tank where the float level switch is for the pump. And I decided that that might be the problem with mine, because my pump has not went out yet. And it doesn't seem like the switch has went out either, because it's still pumping on occasion, and then it empties into the bucket on occasion as well. So sure enough, tore this thing open, and there's all kinds of nasty shit down in there. All kinds of dirt, gunk. Kind of hard to see it all, but you see it right there in the back. This screen right here is the only filter for the water right here. I mean, that's not like a freaking micron water filter or anything. That's just a plain Jane piece of damn screen somebody pulled off their screen door and shoved in here and thought it would work. And these filters on the side of this thing are a joke. It needs some kind of HIPAA filter or something. So I'm going to remedy that and put some kind of filter media over these intake filters on the sides of the unit after I go through and clean this crap out. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this out and see if this stops the problem, and I'll come back and let you guys know what happens. Okay, I'm back. What you see here is a clean, or as clean as I can get it, compartment here where the water collects before the switch turns on, the pump switch turns on and pumps the water out of the back of the unit. And you can see I cleaned the screen. Still got some water on it there, but I cleaned that and cleaned the tank out as best I could with paper towels and Q-tips and grease lightning. You can't really take that little compartment off. It's, well, you could, but it's built into the framework of the dehumidifier. So anyway, I figured out, at least I think, that when the water comes in through this screen and down into this compartment, it holds it here until it reaches a certain level. It turns the pump switch on, which is right here, and it sucks it through this hose, this black hose, and it comes into this pump switch and then goes out through the back. And that's the fitting where the clear hose connects that goes into my drain. Anyway, I left this thing apart so you guys could see that I got it all cleaned up. But anyway, if you're going to do this yourself, you got to take this electrical box off and move it out of the way so that you can get the top off of this compartment. And this is the top of the compartment right here, and you can see the float level switch right here. And I'm going to go ahead and put that back together and let you guys see what it looks like. Be right back. And bam, just like that, she's back together. So I got the lid back on the tank now and the little float level switch in, and I've got the electrical box back on Now this thing isn't hard to take off, and I know it looks kind of daunting if you're not used to electronics, but all you have to do to get this thing off is take these two screws out holding this little transformer on, and for God's sake, unplug this damn thing before you start doing this. Otherwise, don't be scared to take all this out. There's really not too much that you have to do here to get to this tank to actually clean it out. But like I said, take that transformer out, then take this relay off right here. There's one screw holding it in, and then you'll want to take this screw out right here, and that's all that's holding this box on to the case. And this whole thing will swing out. Don't unhook the relay or the transformer, just leave them hooked up and pull the whole box off as one, and you'll be good to go. And then you can get the top off of this tank to clean it out. So I've got this thing all cleaned out now. I've got the switch, the pump switch hooked back up, and I got the drain hooked back up. And I'm going to put this cover on. I just left the ground wires attached to it, and it just goes back on like, well, shit, basically like so. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to put this back on, and I'm going to run this dehumidifier for a couple more days after I blow it out with some compressed air and get this thing all dried out, make sure it's good to go. I'll plug it back up, let it run for a few days, and hopefully it doesn't put any more water in the front bucket. Hopefully it puts it all on the drain, but I'll be back to give you guys an update in a few days. Thanks for watching.